is when she put this out.
Oh, let's hope.
Shoved down our throats for the most wretched holiday in America. BLM raised millions, but what did they do for Black lives? It is outrageous to see people asking for reparations, even though they never went through slavery. These ungrateful people should be celebrated because they were born in the greatest nation to ever exist. Here's a tip. If you don't like America, kindly get the f- out.
Now, anybody ain't hear what she said? She said Black people should be grateful, first of all, for being in America. And second of all,
Black lives. It is outrageous to see people asking for reparations, even though they never went through slavery. These ungrateful people should be celebrated because they were born in the greatest nation to ever exist. Here's a tip. If you don't like America, kindly get the f- out.
Immigrant from Colombia.
so let's break down what she said. She said most Americans, Black Americans, should be happy to be here. Now, and then she said, if you don't like it, get out. Right? This is a Republican councilman and congressman. This is people that make the laws in Republican Party. White people like her just spew all shit like, yeah, go back home, and if slavery was so long ago and all that. See, again, this part of the motherfucking problem with 50 Cent and all these fools, right? Because they don't help us carry our history and culture to the future. She could say that. Oh, that was 400 years ago and all that, right? Okay, it was 400 years ago when motherfucker took a shackle off our neck and chains off our wrists. But the law still said we was pieces of shit. So it ain't just it was 400 years ago. It was 400 years of fighting, bitch. It ain't just 400 years ago. It's 400 years to get us to this point where we at now, and your bitch ass is still standing there, act like you don't know the history right there. And that's what I don't like about anybody that's a MAGA or a motherfucker wishy-washy ass famous Black person, because our history is deep. It runs deep. Can't nobody come from another country, even if they Black, and understand the plight of a nigga from America, bro. It's completely different. All the countries stopped slavery. America kept going over slavery. Not only slaving us, putting it into the fucking Constitution, making sure slave shit continues. And then on that, Jim Crow contributes to that. So it never stopped. So you can't say 40. When did it stop then? And within these 400 years, when did the bullshit stop? You can't tell us that. So stop screaming. That was 400 years ago. Because, bitch, when it stopped?
Let me say this to this dumbass broad, Valentina Gomez. You say we Black people should be grateful that we was born in this country. The last I checked in the history books, that your party, the Republican Party, is trying to take out of schools and get banned. The last time I checked them history books, my ancestors were stolen from their homeland and brought to this country and made to work as indentured servants, as slaves who built this damn country. So for you to say we ought to be grateful, you can kiss my ass. Because for one thing, it will take 9 generations and then some for us as a people, as a Black people, to get from this country what we deserve. See, we was brought here in chains, in shackles, in boats, in the bottom of boats and ships and shit like that, against our will. That's the story of my people, of our ancestors. Now, what about the story of your ancestors? You wasn't stolen from your homeland. You chose to come here from your homeland because your homeland is fucked up. Let's get that part straight. You should be glad and grateful that your ass is here, that we let you in. That's the way I feel about it. But I also got this, and I'm with you on this all the way. I got a problem with the 50 cents, with the Charlemagne's and the Amber Roses and all these other, and Tim Scott and Byron Donalds and all these other buck shuffling house Negroes. I got a problem with that because y'all are going around touting MAGA. You're spitting all this MAGA bullshit all over the place. You're talking about like Donald Trump, like he the second coming. And yet, people in your party, these are not people from the Democratic Party. These are people from your party, the Republican Party, that y'all current the flag for are saying this shit. And y'all don't check them.
That'd be the worst.
That's the problem. You got a woman who built this country, whose country was built on the backs of slaves. Built the White House. So what is this bitch talking about? This country was built on the backs of black people, and she tells us that we don't like it, we can get the fuck out. Bitch, please
get the hell out.
Right. Come on. And then you got these people. If you want, like I say, if you want to be a Republican and you support Republican ideas because you genuinely believe in your heart that that's what's best for you and your family and your life and the country, you believe that, more power to you. Okay, we can have that argument. But don't sit here and say, and they say it all the time, or they try to always want to portray us as racist. They want to portray us as racist and bigots and all of this. Okay. Then they up and put out shit like this. This shit wasn't put out by accident. This bitch put this shit out on purpose. That is the problem. That's why I keep saying, when you was telling us, when you were saying, and I know you were sincere about it, that you thought that Tim Scott could actually appeal to some black people. That's why I told you he couldn't. Because when it's time for you to stand up and get on your platform, you can get on your platform and you can chastise black people. You can talk down to black people, but you cannot talk to this Colombian bat and say you dead wrong. She needs to be kicked out of the party. She needs to be censored. Something needs to be done. She don't need to be running for office when she putting out videos. And that's not the only video she got like that. When you don't do that, that's why black people don't fuck with you. That's why black people don't deal with you. Brian Donald, Tim Scott, and so many others. That's why. That's why the Republican Party don't appeal to black people. Because look, they can say what they want. Donald Trump has gave them license that they feel that they can say what they want. Remember the day after the election, the day after, he wasn't even inaugurated yet. You had young white kids going to school calling black kids cotton pickers.